Yeah, I don't know, Derek. I mean, after seeing what you saw today from Drey Jameson, are we at the point where it's like, all right, now Ryan Nelson goes to the bullpen and Drey Jameson is back as a
Well, let's
starter?
talk about it, because
I don't
Jameson
know.
was awesome today. Drey Jameson was just incredible. And like,
Yeah.
again, I don't know if it's the role in particular, but it just seems to suit him. And I know that that's instantly the temptation is to move him back into the starting rotation
Yeah.
and drop one of the other guys off the minute that they don't perform themselves. I just don't know if that's the case, because then if he has a bad start, you're going to mess with his, development. You're going to mess with his role again, and who knows what you end up doing to this guy. Maybe he ends up not being, of value to you in any way, and you kind of chalk it up to him when it was really what you guys did to him, switching his role back and forth, calling him up, recalling him, sending him down, doing all of this stuff. I just really wish that they just let him stay in this role, because the Diamondbacks need it. How would have today's game gone otherwise? And how would have the rest of the series gone had they needed to use their bullpen as much as they would have in a game where your starting pitcher only goes five innings?
Yeah, it's so true. And I'm with you. I'm with you. It's weird that, a few months ago we were talking about whether Drey Jameson should be in the rotation or Ryan Nelson should be in the rotation. And then you have days like this where Jameson is just completely unhittable and is pitching relatively deep in the game, and Ryan Nelson just really, really struggles. But I think we know we still don't fully understand what Drey Jameson's value is as a starter in the majors, but we do have a pretty decent picture right now on what Drey Jameson's value is to the D-backs out of the bullpen. And as you just said, that value is tremendous. And it seems like the D-backs, even though it might be tempting to insert him back into the rotation if Ryan Nelson or even Tommy Henry struggle, this role just suits him well. It's a role that he has clearly embraced. And the man got 15 whiffs today, Derek. There were literally only 4 starters in baseball who had more than 15 whiffs today. Drey Jameson pitched out of the bullpen and threw 3 2/3 innings, right? His slider continues to be one of the best pitches in all of baseball, potentially. When he's able to command that pitch, I don't think the Diamondbacks have a better out pitch in their entire organization right now. For as good as Zach Gallen's knuckle curve can be and as good as Andrew Chafin's slider can be, the D-backs have some pretty darn good out pitches on this pitching staff. But when they're going right, I don't think any of those pitches are, or when Drey's slider is going right, I don't think any of those other pitches can really compete with that. 11 whiffs on 18 swings today. Just absolutely ridiculous stuff from Drey Jameson.
And that is absolutely the reason why he is our king snake today. Fire in my blood, Jesse. Fire in my blood for Drey Jameson. 3 2/3, 5 hits, 0 runs allowed, 6 strikeouts, 15 whiffs. 15 whiffs.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He owns that number 99. That is our wild thing, Rick Vaughn, right there. That man is a maniac. Look at that Scooby-Doo shoe in the picture, by the way. Just taking a little peek over our logo. Let's go. It's wonderful work by Damon there, by the way.
For reference, Ryan Nelson had 3 whiffs in this game, and Carl Kaufman had 4. So the 2 starting pitchers in this game had 7 combined whiffs, and Drey Jameson had 15 out of the bullpen. It's just absolutely crazy what that man is able to do with the slider. The sinker and 4-seamer continue to get hit around a little bit more than maybe you'd like them to. But he did use a changeup today. We saw him feature the changeup a little bit more than we've seen in the past. He got a big strikeout of Harold Castro with the bases loaded at one point in this game using 3 consecutive changeups. So that would be a big development for Drey if he's able to get that pitch going. But yeah, I'm with you. I think the D-backs should probably just keep Drey Jameson in the bullpen. And it sounds like that's most likely what they're going to do. When the D-backs made the roster move a couple days ago, Torey Lovullo basically said, he was a little bit cagey at the time, but he basically said, if you see the Diamondbacks use Drey Jameson in the bullpen, a few times, then it's pretty safe to say he's going to stay there the rest of the year. And unless the D-backs, switch gears really quickly and decide they want Jameson in the rotation really quickly, I think you got to just have him embrace that role. And I think it's something that I think he could really provide a lot of value there.
On a completely unprofessional note, I would just like to say how much I love Drey Jameson as a person. And I think that there's something about having a guy like that, a real actual maniac in your clubhouse that is competitive in every way. So much so that I feel like he trained to beat Corbin Carroll in a foot race. Like, you don't just go out and flat out win it. You have to practice and work your way to that level of
Sure.
excellence. And like, is that not a competitor you want in your clubhouse? If you guys get into a fight this season, are you going to regret not having Drey Jameson on the bench or in the bullpen to run out there and pummel some guys? I'm just saying, there's a lot of other things you need to be thinking about here. But we do know, or at least feel like we know, that Drey Jameson's going to stick around.